course, we talked about already after the first round. The coaches have been in to talk about the other individuals. Coach and I will touch on some of them here. Sean Davis, Sean's a corner and a safety. He's played both. He's played both at a high level. The one thing I don't know if the coaches mentioned, he also has 36 career special teams tackles. So you like his ability to play both. I know coaches talk to him, and he'll line up at safety, but he'll also be able to match up on some of the bigger receivers and some of the bigger tight ends in some packages. So we're excited about that. Javon Hargrave played at a lower level, 1AA at South Carolina State, but he did what he was supposed to do at the 1AA level to be considered an NFL prospect, and he dominated that level. Highly, highly productive at the 1AA level. That was impressive enough, but when he had his opportunity to step up and play with better competition at the East-West game, and then as a late addition to the Senior Bowl, it became more intriguing to us because he showed that he could play at a higher level. It was an interesting discussion with Javon. Joe Green happened to be in our meetings when we were doing the defensive lineman this year. And we asked Joe, we're talking about a small college guy, and what did guys like Ernie Holmes and L.C. Greenwood, what did they have that gave them the opportunity to make it in the NFL with some of the guys who played at higher levels? And Joe said it wasn't their physical abilities because they had it, but they also had the confidence that they could compete with guys from bigger schools. And we think Javon had that same kind of confidence. We had him in here for a pre-draft visit, and he was not shaken by the challenge. He knows it'll be tough, but he was ready for it, and we're excited about that. Gerald Hawkins, young left tackle from LSU, still a work in progress. In all honesty, he probably came out ahead of schedule, and that's okay. That's his decision. And we understand where he is, but we also see he's got the tremendous upside and the ability to play left tackle. He played left tackle at the SEC level, and that was impressive. And he's not complete by any stretch. Travis Fiend, he's played inside, he's played outside. He's a 4.52. He runs. He's a very ferocious type of hitter. I mean, he's a run and hit guy. He can give you some pass rush off the edge. And he had 22 special teams tackles in his career. DeMarcus Ayers. DeMarcus is more of a slot receiver, and we liked him as really the best punt return candidate in this draft. It's an area that we wanted to make an addition to. Of course, when Antonio does it, he's the best. But DeMarcus Ayers has the ability to compete and maybe contribute as a punt returner. Then we got to the last pick, and Tyler Matakevich is the highest player left on our board. And when we graded Tyler, he's not the biggest, he's not the fastest, but he's a heck of a football player and highly, highly productive. I think he's got 493 tackles in 3.5 years of starting. He gets his hands on passes, he gets his hands on fumbles, he makes interceptions, he gets PBUs, he can be a special teams contributor. His numbers weren't great at Temple, but he played 3 downs of football consistently for them since the middle of his freshman year. Highly productive, and we like to use the term he's a football player. We're anxious to see what he can do in the mix. So we started off before the draft with 75 guys. We add 7, that takes us to 82. Of course, we can have 90. The scouts and coaches will be working on signing free agents. We may sign more than the 8 spots that we have left, depending on what kind of feedback we're getting from the players, and maybe judge some of the available free agents to guys on our roster already, and maybe sign some guys and make some changes. But we'll also have tryouts for the rookie camp and maybe find a player or 2 there. So with that, Coach?
Really nothing to add regarding the guys. Be happy to answer any questions that you might have regarding them.